And that's why I'm late, and that's why I'm not going live in the regular horizontal way, and I'm unable to do a walk because it'll look too shaky if I do it handheld. So I'm popping up live just to kind of show up. This will be deleted, so feel free to ask me literally anything. So as I wait for people to come in, let me know where we're watching from, and let me show you a little bit of these beautiful views around here. They're gorgeous. I could have picked a better spot. Hans, that's a great question. Hans, I'll get to the question very soon. That's a great question. Here I am, beautiful views of New York City. Gorgeous day today. Actually, much warmer than I expected. So I'm a little bit frustrated because for two reasons. One is I lost a piece of my gimbal. I have no idea where it went. There's a metal clamp over here that's necessary to clamp the phone, and usually it's just attached to the gimbal, but somehow it got displaced. I'm not sure where. Hopefully it's at my home and I can recover it, otherwise I need to get myself a new gimbal. And this piece is very necessary to make videos walking around. Now, some people do videos walking around handheld, but they are very shaky. I think that's what makes my videos different, is because they are steady and stable. I think you can get away with making a shaky horizontal video. There's two different ways to orient the video. We have horizontal, which horizontal video, you can get away with it for maybe like 30 minutes, but once you start passing 30 minutes to an hour or 2 hours handheld, it's not feasible really for the person holding the camera, myself, and it's not feasible for the audience to really enjoy it. So that's why this is core to my job, is this gimbal. But of course, technical things do happen. It's just a shame that's just a little simple thing as a little metal clamp getting displaced. I wonder if I can buy extras so I can have backups. Hey Kay, hey B Griffin, and this video will be taken down because to say hi to everyone, because I really love jumping on live video and doing these live videos, and just the mere fact of kind of showing up and saying hi is a pleasure for me. I know it's a pleasure for some other viewers out there, even though sometimes you guys are expecting a full walk. Now, my second frustration, and B Griffin, thank you so much. How much do the gimbals cost? I think right now they reduced in price because they just released the new version. I cannot get the new version. The new version is unfortunately not good enough for holding my heavy camera. So I get the DJI Osmo Mobile 4, and I think it's about $129. Usually I have to replace the gimbal every few months, every 6 or 7 months, sometimes a year. Every year I have to replace the gimbal. So thank you so much, B Griffin, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. So the second reason I am frustrated is, to be frank, I was procrastinating on this video. I did not want to do this video, and it's not because I love making live videos. I love the audience I have. It's just, frankly, I'm a bit tired of doing live videos in New York, and it caught up with me once again. I've had this feeling before, but now I have this feeling, I would say, in a much more kind of peaceful way. You know, when a musician has a huge hit, that they're playing it in concerts over and over and over and over and over and over again, like say the Beatles, when they played the same hits over and over again. They were frustrated for a few years, of course, superstardom and the allure and all the money and all the fame and all the influence and all the production value that they could put into new albums was very awesome. That sufficed the frustration of doing the same thing over and over again. But it caught up with them. It caught up with the Beatles. At least 2 out of the 4 of them, George Harrison and John Lennon, kind of got done. They were done with playing the same hits. They were done. Not everyone's the same. Hans Christian says the Stones have been playing the same hits for 50 years. Yeah, not everyone's the same. Not everyone's the same. So it's not a detriment to New York. It's not a detriment to people who love doing videos in New York. Remember, not everyone's the same. So yeah, there are bands out there that will keep playing the hits and they love it, like the Rolling Stones. But the Beatles, at least 2 of them, kind of got tired. They got tired of it. And that's how I feel with New York. No longer in a way that's like super frustrating. I'm just done. I am done with covering New York. And I feel good about saying that. So I am immensely excited to go to somewhere new. I have no idea where. The reason I came back is because I had a freelance job to do. And that is going a bit slow. I hope I have the I get the chance to finish it up and do it, and it's going to be really wonderful. And then I can move on to taking Urbanist to other places. So yes, I had to get that off my chest because I know many of you are expecting New York content. Many of you are wanting to see more of New York, and I get it. I feel that. I understand. And many of you may want to see New York from my point of view. I get it. Just like many of you might want to still see John Lennon play. I want to. But for me, I am done with New York. Not because I hate it. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful city. It's gorgeous. But for many of you who have been following me for only a few months or only a year, especially on YT or on TikTok, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing New York for 5 years, longer than my colleagues, except for the exception for Dutch Moz. I've been doing New York for 5 years. Aya Vlog sent a contribution for $5. Oh, thank you so much, Aya. I appreciate that. Trisha, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Trisha, thank you so much. Oh, that's amazing. And yeah, 5 years I've been doing New York videos, more than 2,000 videos, because I've done a lot in New York and I've done many places over and over again. For some of you people who have tuned in on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. But you haven't really kind of all the other videos I've done before. It looks like a picture standing behind you. Nope, it's real New York. And I have one thing to feature. I have an avocado toast over here. I have some cold brew from an amazing place called Vineapple Cafe. It was very full. That place is getting very popular. It used to not be so popular, and I couldn't really do a video at the place, but I brought the food with me to probably one of the best places over here. So I think the last thing I want to say before I go with show you some avocado toast and a little bit more of these views is follow your heart. Shelly says it's time for a full career change. No. Oh no, Shelly. Trust me, I love making live videos. I love making videos. It's just the location. Just like the Beatles loved making music. They made Sgt. Pepper's. But even if they did a concert that was around the time they made Sgt. Pepper's, they had to play I Want to Hold Your Hand. They had to play the same hits that they played 8-7 years ago. It doesn't mean that I don't like making videos. Making videos is deeply passionate. Again, it's not the same thing for everyone. There's some people who make videos for 5 years, kind of get done with it. I've seen vloggers out there do that, and they just move on to something new. You see that with some famous actors that kind of just retired young. They're like 40 years old and they just went on to do something else. There's a actress that was from here. I forgot her name right now, but if anyone could remind me, the main actress from 10 Things I Hate About You, and she was also in Save the Last Dance and a few other major films. And this actress, blonde woman, based in New York, she had a few amazing hits on Hollywood, was a big star, and kind of just quit. She just kind of moved on to something else. I think she's working a very different job, nothing related to entertainment. Julia Stiles, thank you so much, Julia Stiles. And I think she's happy about it. But for me, that's not the case. For me, I love making live videos. I don't think I'll stop making live videos in the near future. I just need to go for a new location. No matter how beautiful and gorgeous and wonderful this is, and no matter how many people love seeing my videos from New York, thank you so much. Rest assured, I have a massive collection of them, so you can really check them out. All right, let me know what you think. Hey, so let's consider what's next, Xander. Somewhere new. I don't know yet. I'm here in New York for at least 2 weeks because I have a freelance gig. That's very nice, and it'll be a great send-off to New York, permitting that all goes well with that freelance gig. It'll be a really great send-off to New York. I can't really talk about it because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it, but just I'll say this: if you are going to be a tourist in New York, you're going to see my work in a permanent tourist attraction in New York, which is really cool. Mulaney, Los Angeles. Hey, Lorraine, nice to see you here. Bon voyage on your new adventures, says B. Griffin. Oh, thank you so much. There's job opportunities where I am. Are you looking for any new qualified midwives? What do you think? Susie, thank you so much for tuning in. I get it. As a fellow frequent traveler, New York is basically a rest stop until the next destination. And where are you going, Wendy? I don't know. I mean, I've already been traveling. I'm excited to travel to somewhere next. Definitely I want to cover a tropical city, as I mentioned before. But the thought I wanted to finish was follow your heart, but do at the same time of remembering to be grateful, because our minds are very, they're monkey brains, as people call them. They're always wanting something new. They always want something novel. And, it's within human nature to kind of get tired of the same thing and take it for granted. Very easy to do that. However, if you remember what you're grateful for, and then still within your heart, you feel nothing really pulsing for that thing, then just go and follow your heart to the thing that really makes you tickle with joy. Really go for it. It's okay. It's okay if something doesn't excite you. Don't worry, it's not over. Maybe it is over. Maybe it will never be over. Maybe in the future it'll come back. It's okay. Just like a musician, as I mentioned before, they might get tired of playing the same hit song, but maybe decades from now, and this has happened with a few others, like Morrissey from the Smiths and a few other major musicians, they've gone back and played their massive hits, and they really enjoy going back to it. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, sometimes. So it's okay to be done with something and move on to something else. But don't do it out of hate. Don't do it out of frustration. Don't do it out of, F this. Because if you do it out that way, you're going to be sorely disappointed at the next stop. This is the trap of travel. With travel, for the people who travel with that reason of saying, oh, I'm tired of this city. I'm tired of the place I'm at. I'm tired of my small town. I just want to go somewhere different. If you go with that mindset, you're going to encounter the same issues in this new place. If you're someone who's tired of New York and you go to Paris because you're just wanting to escape, you're going to find out that Paris has the same stuff that's going to sorely disappoint you like New York did. But if you go the other way around, if you are truly grateful for everything that offers New York, like these gorgeous views, the beautiful people, the wonderful culture, the vibrant food, then when you go to a Paris or you go to a Hong Kong or you go to the middle of rural Iceland or you go to the North Pole, wherever you want to travel to, if you go to those places after being very grateful and really sinking into that gratitude, then that new place will be magical. The doors will open up to something new. So remember that. All right, without further ado, let me show the avocado toast. Kay loves the new shirt. I'm so glad. I gotta put my phone down. I'm so glad you love the new shirt. You take with you whatever you go, says Nina. Yes. Endless gratitude for sharing your wisdom and wanderings, says Inspire Life. Indeed. Thank you so much, Inspire Life. I'm so glad you enjoy them. The greatest moment in live streaming history, says George. No worries, George. You can take... Let's see what else people are saying. You have shown me so many hidden gems in New York City. For that, I thank you. Be well, my friend. Yes, Gwen. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. My videos will be surviving forever. At least the YouTube ones. Facebook is a bit tricky. Doesn't show every single video, but a lot of them are still viewable. You're missing the butter. That's the problem. maybe, Kay. I actually had a very buttery meal today, which I usually don't cook with butter at home, but I made a buttery breakfast. And Susie says, follow your heart to Scotland. It's cold, rainy, and dark. My heart does sing for joy to go to Scotland. Hey, Athena says, God bless from Galway. Oh, thank you so much, Athena, from Galway. Thank you. Your shirt is talking, not sure what it's saying, says Susie. I finally found something a little bit more autumnal. How do you say it? Something from autumn. Feeling more autumn. But there's a way to say that word. Autumnal? I don't know how to say it. All right, let me show you the avocado toast. It's already getting cooled down, but whatever. This is one of my favorite places. I'll show you some photos of the inside real quick soon, or the menu. Doreen says autumnal. That's a tricky word. Hey, love having you as a postcard pal. Oh, thank you so much, Inspire Life. I'm so glad you're enjoying the postcards. I'm so glad they arrived. Can we still book a private tour in New York? You can, Ludo. Yes, you can. As long as I'm in New York, I will consider doing a private tour. So feel free to reach out, urbanist.live/tours. Ooh. I'm a bit disappointed. All right, so it looks good, but I'm disappointed about one thing. So if anyone can let me know, I'm gonna point the camera to the avocado toast. If you can let me know, what do you think that one thing is? The thing actually looks very interesting. There's one thing I'm a bit bummed about looking at this avocado toast. Hey, Athena. Athena left a huge €20 super chat. Thank you so much, Athena. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Always. Thank you so much. All right, here it is. Wendy says no egg. You know, I could have ordered an egg, so I didn't order egg. So it's not the lack of egg. No. Stephanie, that's a great question. Stephanie asks, do you plan to focus mostly in New York? No, Stephanie, just watch the first 18 minutes of this broadcast. No bacon, says Inspire Life. You know, it could use bacon, but no, it's not that. There's no edible gold leaf on top, which I'm used to eating, says Donald. Maybe Donald, maybe. Oh, no gold leaf. No, fortunately not. No pineapple, says Jacqueline. The bread is not toasted. Oh yeah, that's the second thing. This is not. Oh yeah, that's the. Okay, I did not notice that, but that is a big thing. So 1, no avocado spread. Mala got it right. It is not smashed. This avocado is not smashed. The bread isn't toasted and the avocado is not smashed. That is, I think, a huge failure of avocado toast. I think avocado toast requires at least some of the avocados to be smashed. It doesn't have to be all of them, because I know the Australians don't so heavily smash it. But some of the avocados have to be smashed. And the bread has to be toasted. It has to be toasted. That's why it's called avocado toast. It has to be toasted, so it's missing 2 big things. Let's try it out, nonetheless. Otherwise, the presentation is nice. It has some vinaigrette, which is very weird. Let's try it out. This is hard because of the avocado's not smashed. So bite into it. Doesn't taste bad, but they put balsamic vinegar, and then it has these olives. This is an olive bread that they use, like an olive sourdough. So the entire thing tastes very olivey, and it tastes more like a salad than it does the avocado toast. Avocado toast requires some kind of kick, maybe chili flakes, some black pepper, something that just adds a big kick to it. Yeah, this tastes like a salad on a untoasted bread. It's not bad, but it's not avocado toast. No. Not avocado toast, no. That place is good. I still do recommend it, but maybe not for the avocado toast. It's kind of maybe you got the wrong order. No, Janice, they only had one thing that even remotely included avocado was the avocado toast. This is the avocado toast, yeah. Where are you now, says Macaulay's. I'm in Brooklyn. Buen provecho, says Will Ify. Oh, thank you so much. You should take it back. No, it's not that bad. It's not bad enough to take it back, no. I never take back something that's still edible and somewhat okay. I only would take out back food if they told me that it was something and ended up being something different, or B, it is very bad. Like, you can tell that it's actually physically spoiled or has some type of fungus, or definitely not cooked, then I would take back something, but not in this case. This is just a weird non-avocado toast. So feel free to ask me anything. Hey, MK says, love your shirt. You better get a masculine mask. MK. I love my floral mask, MK. Looking great after my home country to Ireland. Thank you so much. Definitely going on the Irish butter diet now, says Anne. Oh yeah. I'm sorry for the awkward angle. Just I don't have my gimbal. You pay for avocado toast. That's what you need to get paid. That's what you paid for, says Elizabeth. It's good. George says broken avocado toast. No, not bad avocado toast and the broken gimbal. It's not Ariel's day. No, it's not. No, it's not. I stepped on the wrong foot today because Elizabeth, no, you don't need to call them. By all means, this is still good. It's still good. It's just critically, it's not avocado toast, but it's still good. It's still nice. It's not bad. I've only had one avocado toast that I definitely physically felt sick after that, and that was in Greece. It was nowhere near this. This is a good food. It's just I think in terms of avocado toast standards, it's not quite there yet. Got out of the wrong side of the bed. Thank you so much for saying the right saying. Got out of the wrong side of the bed. Yes, I got out of the wrong side of the bed because last night, I was dreading to doing another live video in New York again, as I mentioned. So that's why. That's why I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But by all means, everything is super beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. There's so much to be grateful for. Susie says, I'm sad about your announcement today. Oh yeah, Susie, well, some things have to come into an end. Some things do have to come to an end. Melanie says, but you still seem so positive. Because there's so much to be positive about. As I mentioned, it's okay. It's okay to say you're done with something. It's okay to say you're tired of something. It's okay to say that you're bored. It's okay. I think the moment you let yourself be okay with that, you can just move on. You can just move on. And a lot of us in life, I've noticed this by observing humanity. People don't move on. They don't. They hang on, they cling. They cling because they're afraid that whatever comes next, that unknown, will be far worse. But if you follow your heart, I know you're in for a wild, wonderful ride. You just don't know what's coming. But rest assured that whatever comes will be just the right thing. But you have to let go. Let go from clinging on that cliffside and just go in and dive into unknown waters. So someone asked me, what do I, and as I say that, a butterfly passes by. Literally. A white butterfly. I wish I could show you, but the butterfly flew too quickly. Someone said, what do I consider doing? Top destinations. Hans, great question. Top destinations. Mark says, will you still be live streaming something? I don't know. It's up to... I will still live stream. I do want to show you something new, a new place. It might be a place I've been to before. I'm done with New York, but I want to show you something new. I'll update you if there is... what is the schedule these 2 weeks? I'll let you know if there is going to be a schedule. I'll say this. These 2 weeks, I'm going to focus more on the short videos. So do follow me on TikTok or go on Facebook. And you're going to see at least one major Halloween broadcast. At least one major Halloween broadcast in these upcoming 2 weeks. We'll stick to that. So you'll see at least one good live video in these next weeks. Susie says, Laureen, he should visit Hawaii. Okay, so top places I want to go. Hawaii, definitely Honolulu, Puerto Rico, Scotland, Paris, and I think the fifth one, the fifth place would just be more UK, so it would be England and Wales. Top 5 places I want to visit. Doris has still travel videos. Oh yes, but in 2 weeks or more. Stay tuned. Oh my, I've never seen Ariel like this before, says George. Times are changing. Because I followed my heart, I ended up in Cornwall, where I wanted to live my entire life, says Phil. Yes, that's awesome. And I do still intend to do some Christmas videos in New York. That's the one thing I want to do in New York, is a little bit more Christmas videos. Ludo says, it seems like you're in a turning point of your life. I've had many turning points in my life. My life is just one gigantic turning point. But yes, I feel like it's a turning point in my life. I feel in a good way. I feel like I feel relaxed in saying that it's okay. It's okay. As I mentioned before, I think that's what people tend to not do in life. They invalidate their own frustrations. They invalidate their own boredoms, and they invalidate their own yearnings to do something new. They convince themselves that, no, I gotta stick with it. I gotta stick with a relationship. I gotta stick with a place. I gotta stick with a job. I gotta stick with a location. They convince themselves that they have to stick with it. But if you're sticking with it for the wrong reasons, the reasons of a fear of the unknown, you're doing everyone a disservice. You're doing the other person a disservice. You're doing the city a disservice. You're doing the project, art project, a disservice, or a band a disservice, or a production company a disservice, if you're doing it out of a fear of the unknown. But if you decide to go for something new, maybe you'll find out that you'll be sticking with it in a far more effortless way. It will become much more easier. Wendy says, so right, Ariel. Colleen says, still YouTube. Yes, of course. As I mentioned, I still like videos. Moderators, feel free to fill in anyone who's tuning in. Why it looks like half the screen? I don't have a gimbal. It's hard to orient the video sitting down like this way. It'll be very awkward. So I'm doing it this way. Watch on Facebook for better viewing quality, because YouTube, for some reason, shrinks the video in vertical. Or at least the app I'm using shrinks the video in vertical. Diana, hey, thank you so much for a 10-pound super chat. Here's to positivity in whatever you do. Thank you so much, Diana. Round of hearts to Diana. So someone asked me, how does the cold brew taste? Their cold brew is very good. It's has that kind of fruity flavor to it. Of course, I don't drink it sweetened. There's no sugar in here. It has that fruity feeling to it. And it's roasted by a company called Devoción, which is from Colombia. So yeah, it's really good cold brew. Ralph says, am I going to still be on YouTube? Yes. Go to Dominican Republic. I do want to go to Dominican Republic. Donald says, go to Tokyo. The challenge with either of those two places is Dominican Republic. I don't know what the, probably the cell phone service won't be good. I'm pretty certain that would be the case. Probably no good cell phone service. And I do prefer giving you live videos. And then Tokyo, it's still hard to get into the country. You know, that might happen in 2022. Hey, Mirna says, can I have my tarot cards read? That would be fun. Yeah, I've had it read before. I haven't done it in a while. Marina says, go to Argentina. I would love to. Argentina is challenging because of crime. I heard it's not so safe to walk around with the camera. Though with some of these places, even though they might not be so safe walking around as casually as I do in some cities like New York or Dublin or Paris or Rome, they're still worth it. So I do want to do Buenos Aires at some point. And then Cuba has no internet service. There might be some internet service at a hotel, but otherwise no internet service. You're a dragon Chinese astrology. Me a snake, says Wendy. Cool, Wendy. I'm glad you know. Athena says, don't go on your own. Yeah, some of those places are a bit tough. Is your forehead sunburned? I've been walking a little bit on the sun, but that's okay. Not too bad. Ariel, the highest live streaming quality for Manila 720p. That is good news. That is good news. I assume Manila has pretty good service in most of the city, right? Go to South America with Bold and Bankrupt. I would love to hang out with Bold and Bankrupt for a little bit. Bacardi is in Puerto Rico. It is. It's a Cuban family, but it is a Puerto Rican company that now is mostly based in Kentucky. What about Jamaica? Great question. Jamaica? Same thing as with all those other countries. Not that many countries around the world have great internet service. Not good enough for live streaming, at least. It's very rare. Yeah. Most of Europe, most of Western Europe and Northern Europe has good internet service. The Mediterranean, as you saw, is a little bit of a hit and miss. North America, specifically US and Canada, has good internet service. And I assume countries like Australia and Hong Kong and Japan and South Korea and Taiwan probably have very good internet service. So there's a few places, but not that many. Hey, Ludo! Ludo gave a €5 super chat. Ludo says, everything is fine, Ariel. Go for it. As during your past trips, it will also be refreshing for us. All right, my bag tried to fly away. We have a rogue bag problem. All right. Budapest. I would love to go to Budapest, Maisie. Oh, yes. I thought you would come to England. Brian, I have freelance commitments. I'm also a freelance filmmaker. It's a job I chose to do because I really want to do it. And England's still tricky because of testing. I do take the risk of minimal risk, but it would be very too financially risky to go to UK because of the testing, unless if I know someone that can by emergency host me for 10 days if I need to quarantine by emergency. Of course, the chances are so low, but I think especially in business and entertainment, you do have to go for sometimes the easiest thing to do, which is go to the places where all you have to do is show proof of V and you're done. Han says England has updated the test requirements. Yeah, let me know if they... Wendy says, I'll host you all the way. Oh, Wendy, I appreciate that. Thank you for offering. Susu, Asian locations, still most of them pretty closed up. Still hard to travel to most Asian places. Jacqueline says the sketchy areas in cities are far from boring. It's true. They are far from boring. That's why vlogger like Bald and Bankrupt or Harold Balder, and there's many others like him, like those two guys. There's a woman also, Fatima, I think is her first name. They do go to places where they're sketchy, where they're, might be war, there might be lots of civil turmoil. I have a spider. Sorry, a spider was on me. A big black one. There might be civil turmoil in some of those places, but I do live streaming. And remember, Bald and Bankrupt can go to the poorest country in Central Asia or Western Europe, and he can edit anything that happens terrible or very weird. He can edit it out, or he can choose later if it's worth covering, if it's worth keeping on. But on live video, I don't have that option. So while yes, it may be entertaining to go to places that are a bit kind of more on the edge. I don't think it'll be as compelling as a live video. I think you don't want to capture anything too negative on live video. I at least don't want to cover anything too negative on live video. So I'd rather lessen the chances. Don't get bitten again, says Kay. Yeah, dude. Spiders think my flowers are real. Nightbot's still in Galway. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I tried to change it, but it didn't go through. It's not the best day for tech. Spiders like you, says MK. They do indeed. Alright. Live from North Korea would be cool, says Robert. Maybe. Diane says, streaming we can get. There's only one area. Safety first. I think live streaming is akin to hanging out with a friend and enjoying your time. At least that's the type of live streaming I do. My prerogative is not to show you a thrilling adventure. Because if my prerogative was to show you a thrilling adventure, live streaming may not be the best medium for it. Because live streaming could get very boring. That's why in New York, I don't cover too much of those very residential neighborhoods in the middle of Brooklyn or the middle of Queens. because I'm walking around for long periods of time and just seeing houses and houses and houses and houses and houses. It can get rather boring. So that's why live video is probably not the best medium for like an adventurous show like Bald and Bankrupt. Probably won't work too well in live video. I'll give you a big dinner of bacon, cabbage, and spud, says Athena. Hey, Devi says, the borders are opening back up as long as you're double jabbed. Oh, cool. Excuse me. That's awesome. Ooh, that's really cool. That's awesome. That's good to hear. I hope they follow through with that, because they promised that before in summer, but it didn't quite work out. Han says, who inspires me? On YouTube, it's Bald and Bankrupt. On cinema, it's James Cameron and Darren Aronofsky. And in terms of storytelling, is two different people, one living, one dead. Alan Watts, and the other one is Greg Braden. Greg with two G's. Braden. B-R-A-D-E-N. Graham Hancock as well is another one that inspires me with storytelling. Greg Braden talks about history and spirituality and science all together. Really, really interesting guy. Alan Watts talked about spirituality a lot. And Graham Hancock talks about history. And all those guys, in my opinion, tell such great stories when they're doing a lecture or an interview. They tell such compelling stories. They're really good at telling their stories. And the way they speak, so fluid and so interested and so filled with a fascination, a deep fascination, that I think is the best way to tell stories. Alan Watts is great reading. Oh, can't tell you like Alan Watts, says Coriander. I'm glad you can. Yeah, I'm very deeply influenced by him. MK left a $16 super chat. MK, thank you so much for leaving a $16 super chat. MK, you are ultra. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $15 super chat. Ariel, welcome back, says Chat. I enjoyed all your travel posts. Thank you so much. All right, my helicopter is arriving. Okay, everyone. So I'm gonna fly over back to my penthouse in Midtown Manhattan. But they can wait. Do you want the helicopter to wait a little bit? Hey, S Field says hello, friends. Hello, Vertical Ariel. Hey, S Fields, nice to see you here. Graham Hancock is amazing. You should check out Randall Carson. I do love both of them. And Brian Forster. Brian Forster is interesting. I don't find him as compelling as a storyteller, but he shows cool stuff. And he definitely enjoys what he does. I wouldn't say Brian Forster is a storyteller, but he's definitely a very good investigator of ancient history. They do awesome interviews on Joe Rogan. They do indeed. Yeah, they do indeed. Dream big, says Teresa. Are you looking for hosts? Says Hans. What do you mean, Hans? What type of host? Hey, S Fields, nice to see you here. Hey, learn to fly a helicopter and take us on your travels, says Susie. Maybe. Yvette, nice to see you here. Mildred, thank you so much for 50 stars. I appreciate you. Do you have security with you? Yes, of course, Barbara. Of course. Always. It's just they're shy. Hey. Rob, do you want to say hi? Every time I try to point the camera to my bodyguard, he runs away. What kind of bodyguard runs away? I hope he doesn't do that with a random attacker. Athena, hey. Places to stay in Ireland, a lot of places. Check out my live videos. Basically everywhere state I recommend. Kilkenny, #1. You're always light shines, my love, says Wendy. Oh, I'm so glad, Wendy. And please stay on your travels like you did. Places to stay on your travels. Oh, host, like you did in Ireland. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, potentially. So if you are in the UK, do let me know. Let me know if you're in the UK. Let me know if you're in the UK and have an extra room. If you're in a major UK city, I'll say that because I don't cover too much the countryside. If you're in the major UK city, let me know. Somewhere that's accessible via train, I'm curious. Lori, thank you so much for a $10 super chat. Oh, Lori, thank you so much. Any Halloween haunts planned? I do have a lot haunts planned. You're gonna see more short videos because I do like making the short videos. As I mentioned, I've been doing live videos in New York for 5 years. 5 years is a lot. But I do love making the short videos. They're really fun. They're really fun. So Lori, thank you so much for a $10 super chat. I appreciate you. What type of V do they accept in Europe? Any of the 3 Vs here in the US they accept. There's only 3 companies here in the US that are doing the V. Another collab with AK? Maybe. This is all because of cockles and mussels, isn't it? Says, I don't know. Anybody fishing? I don't think so. I don't think people fish here. The TikToks are fabulous. I'm so glad you enjoy them. Gwen, yeah. I'm blowing up on TikTok. I already have 350,000 people following. I love your out-of-town videos because, as stated before, I'm traveling vicariously with you, says Susu. I'm so glad, Susu. That's the case. Dream spiritually big, says Teresa. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. No milkshakes in the UK. Really? No milkshakes? Okay. Awesomely wonderful, says Gwen. Oh, thank you so much, Gwen. Coriander says, congrats. And Lisa says, we miss you in Ireland. You know, I posted a Goodbye Ireland video on TikTok. And I thought that video, I was at the airport about to hop on my flight, and I got in on TikTok specifically, also on YouTube and Facebook to an extent. I got a lot of viewers, new followers from Ireland tuning in, a lot. Now TikTok was by far the biggest. It was about 43,000 followers, mostly from Ireland. And I decided to make a short 1-minute video expressing my gratitude for people tuning in, and a lot of those Irish viewers left such wonderful comments, and many of them said hello walking around, and it was so awesome. And I thought that video was going to get maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. That video ended up getting 79,000 views thus far. 79,000 views and like 400 comments or something like that. 97% of them were very nice, and they were all saying something similar, that they really enjoyed the live videos. They really enjoyed the videos in Ireland, and they really enjoyed how I was telling those stories. And some of them said that they were missing me, or that Ireland was missing me. So that was really heartwarming. It's rare, you know, you really don't encounter that, I think, a lot, unless if you're some type of big celebrity that you're accessing the mainstream. But yeah, it doesn't happen a lot online, I think. Not in every culture, at least. But Ireland is just a very special culture in that way. It makes you feel very welcome. Of course, you know how I look like, who I am. So, of course, always take that into consideration. 94.5K views. Okay, so wow, that video. I'm just in the airport saying goodbye. It got almost 100,000 views. It's really, really mind-blowing. Hey, Teresa says her husband, Father Rowe, says your film directorship is coming soon. I'm seeing you in the future very soon for you. Oh, thank you so much, Father Rowe. So we have a father who tunes in. Father meaning a Christian clergyman. MK says, how would you compare Ireland's hospitality to everywhere else? It's the best. Ireland hospitality is very warm. Immediately. You don't need to work up your way to it. In Italy is a wonderful country. Wonderful country for many, many reasons. And by all means, the people are indeed wonderful. But in Italy, it takes time to work up to that friendliness, to that warmth. You have to take your time to get to know someone. That's why the people I met in Italy that were already friends, when I featured them and hung out with them, I experienced a real hospitality. Beautiful, wonderful, warm hospitality. But that doesn't happen commonly because you have to get to know people in Italy. And then you'll experience that overwhelmingly warm hospitality that people know Italy is known for. France is, or at least Paris is similar. London is similar to those that Italy as well. Other countries like Helsinki is similar as well. It takes your time to work up to a warmth. Doesn't mean it's bad nor good. It's just different. Just like everyone is different in life. We have different personalities. I connected with the Irish personality because that's how I usually am. I'm someone who automatically usually gives my warmth to most people. And I really appreciate getting that in return in Ireland. So it was a really, really fun country because I felt immediately welcomed. Just only a few days there, I felt welcomed. The two other countries I felt that was Mexico and Greece. Mexico was pretty immediate as well. I was there 2 weeks and I felt very connected with the people. And Greece, you do have to work your way to it. But Greece is interesting. Greece, you're there for a few weeks, you get to know people. Oh, they'll make you feel like your family, which I did not experience necessarily with like Mexico. Ireland I did, but Ireland maybe not so much. Ireland, they make you feel like you're the best friends in the world. The best of friends. Having good crack in Ireland. Mexico makes you feel like you're getting to know someone really well. But in Greece, if you go through the bursts of anger, the passion for something that you might have said wrong, or the passion for something you might have said right, if you go through that kind of turmoil with the Greeks, you end up feeling like your family. And that's very passionate. That's very beautiful as well. So every country, every culture has something different. That's a beautiful thing. I think what I love the most about Italy is the chillness. There was not that much expectations socially. Because in Ireland, if you're not good crack, you might not have the best time if you're a very stern person in Ireland, I think. People will be still friendly, but you're not going to really connect with people. But in Italy, I don't think anyone gives a shit. So you can really be whoever you want to be in Italy, and people usually don't care. Unless if you're eating pineapple on pizza, don't do that. But Susie says, don't you worry, something is good around the corner. Yeah, Scotland. I am so hyped for Scotland because Scotland, I know that Scotland has a lot of similarities to Ireland, but there's a slightly different quality. I'm expecting Scotland to be a lot more, and I can tell this from our loyal Scot viewers like Susie, like Gary. There's many others. There's a few others that tune in. Scotland is much more blunt. I like that kind of blunt humor. I'm excited for Scotland. That kind of blunt, maybe a little bit of crass humor. I'm excited for it. Coriander says, I think you're right about Ireland. Athena says, I love the Scots. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I was at the airport in Ireland, and there was a Scotsman that was very pissed off. Very pissed off. I think he missed his flight, and they were unwilling to put him in a new one. Very pissed off, and he was like cursing. And I passed by him, and I felt like even this man in pure anger cursing is just it sounds fun. I don't want to relish in his in that man's misery, at least that he experienced that morning in the Irish airport, but I just hearing a person from Scotland curse and very angry just felt like it was still like fun to be around them. I can't wait to go. So check out Billy Connolly, the Scottish comedian. I'll check it out. Found it interesting, Greece and Ireland on my bucket list. I loved Ireland's humor. They cannot take a compliment. They cannot take a compliment. Yeah, Ireland, they don't take a compliment, but they are very friendly. Will you consider going to somewhere new in Mexico? I would love to, Chris. Yes. Oh, believe me, I want to go back to Mexico. I would love to go to Yucatan. Yes. But, you know, cell phone service was the biggest frustration in Mexico. And that's what makes it tricky. Also the food. Just the fact that I have to watch out about the water and the food. It's a bit frustrating. Was the guy Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson is a good example of, I think, Scottish culture. Bob Dylan owns a mansion in Scotland. Oh, cool. Are you going to Scotland? There's no major announcement, everyone. The only announcement is I'm done with New York. That's it. Watch the previous videos if you want to see more New York. You'll see more short videos of New York. But I'm done with New York. I'm excited to travel. I'm going all in traveling. I just gotta wait until I finish a job. One last job. Just like they say in all the films. You know, like the heist films. One last job here in New York. And now I'm out. That life is done for me. Your pilot's getting impatient. I think he is. He keeps circling it around. Victoria. I think my pilot. It's like, come on, are you going? I want to get home, so let me drop you off your penthouse. Okay, everyone. So let me know. I already finished eating. Let me know if you want to walk around a little bit here. Shaky cam like this. It won't be that shaky. I'm pretty good at keeping it stable, but let me know if you all walk around on handheld here at the waterfront and see a little bit more of the views. Maybe she is impatient, says Coriander. Oh yeah. Bella says, do you hate New York? No, I do not. I love New York. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. Kay says, let's walk. All right, let's do it. Were you ever invited to a television show? No, not yet. Haven't been invited to a television show. I felt similar to Greece that if I would have stayed in Ireland maybe for a month or two more, I might have been invited to RTE. I think. Let me know. What do the Irish think? Do you think I would have been invited to television if I was stayed a little bit more? The headline being, a Yank tells all of our history. A Yank spreads history to other Yanks. Walk around shaky. Have you have seen my videos, right? So it's a little old. So everyone, go to Urbanists of the World on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. It's a Facebook group. Urbanists of the World. Urbanists of the World. One man, one desire. So yeah, be sure to join that Facebook group because Ronald, among a few others, have been posting photos and videos of their own home cities and towns. And Ronald has been posting videos of Manila. So if you want to check out tours of Manila, they're about 10 minutes long, check Urbanists of the World. Ronald has posted a few Ks, constantly posting about Kilkenny and screenshots of our live videos. Let me throw this away. All right. Where did I get the shirt? I got this in Ireland. I got this in Galway. Right by where I stayed in my Airbnb. So I was staying in West Galway. I love that shirt on you. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, let's head out. Bear with me. I gotta pack up. McCully's, I'm not sure if you're still watching, but McCully's asks, what provides more compensation right now? Which platform? Right now, YouTube. YouTube and Facebook. Actually, Facebook, because of all the bonuses, has been pretty compelling. So everyone, if you are on Facebook, consider becoming a supporter, even for a month. The reason why is Facebook is desperate for more money. And they're offering a bonus of $20. They're desperate to keep giving money to creators. They're like, we're hoarding too much money. We got billions, and we need to start offloading our wallets. So they're giving a bonus of $20 for every new Facebook supporter. Supporters on Facebook are basically YT members or patrons, and every new Facebook supporter will give $20 to me. No 30% off, whatever. I get the full 20, and I get your 5, so it ends up being 25. So if you want to give 25, but you're only spending 5, consider becoming a Facebook supporter. Cancel anytime. Don't worry. You can cancel later, a month from now. But if you contribute $5 on as a Facebook supporter for this month, I will be getting 25. Just kind of a huge increase. And that, of course, will go to showing you new places. As I mentioned, the places are going to be around the world. And if you like this content around the world and like traveling vicariously, that's a good way of doing it in the near future. As I mentioned, you can cancel anytime and then go back to Patreon or never contribute again. It's up to you. All right, let me show you around. When I pay my money through YT from my Google account, they hit me with 20% tax. Hey Gary, do you make content on YT? Yeah, YT does take tax as well. YT and Facebook. All right, let me turn around the camera. Pardon the big finger. Hard to avoid the big finger. Tom says, I like you, Facebook's not so much. No worries, I'm just saying for anyone who likes Facebook, go for it. I had no sunscreen. I did not realize it was going to be this sunny. So I'm going to get sunburn for all of you. Oh, Gary says no when I made a payment to you. Oh, that's weird. 20% tax they charge you. Is that something that they're doing in Europe or UK? George, I gotta replace that piece of my gimbal or get a new gimbal. So I can't go. Am I windburn? I think I'm windburn. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's been a very windy day, Janice. But yeah, I can't go live on stable footage because I don't have the gimbal right now. Any type of super urbanist or above mega urbanist will be getting still extra footage of New York. So consider staying a super urbanist or becoming a super urbanist. I mentioned Facebook supporters, but you can do it on Patreon or on YT. You'll still be getting bonus footage of New York. And I might post up suggestions, so any super urbanists can leave a suggestion of what they will want to see. So stay tuned, super urbanists as well. A little bit more New York content. Look at these views. Oh, these views are so gorgeous. Wendy says, please still come out. I'm not gonna promise a schedule. I'll let everyone know when I do that one Halloween broadcast. I'll let everyone know. Probably it'll be, I'm not sure when Halloween is. Let me know what day of the week Halloween falls. I'll do it that day. I'll tell you the exact time, probably at 1 p.m. Though I still like making live videos, but I won't promise any schedule because I kind of want to focus on getting all of us to a new place. I never get sick of these views. I know what you mean, Kay. Oh yeah, me neither. Falls on the Sunday. Okay. Sunday, 1 p.m. I'll be doing Sunday, October 31st, 1 p.m. will be a full walk. Little Doll says, maybe go to Newark. I have no doubt that Newark has some interesting things. Does not pique my interest too much. Maybe with the exception of visiting Manny, and there's another great creator out there who makes amazing videos, Patrick Lopez. Maybe I'll collaborate with him. Maybe we'll do that. Louise, I'm right now in Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn Heights. That's Brooklyn Heights right there. That is the BQE Express. BQE, not BBQ. There's no barbecue here. The only thing that's barbecuing is the guzzling mortars of these vehicles that are unleashing carbon monoxide onto the populace of Brooklyn Heights. But to get here, it's a bit tricky. You have to go to the end of Brooklyn Heights at the border of Williamsburg, go through a park, and there's a walkway down here, or walk through Dumbo and come down here. Robert, have I been to California? I have been to California. LA was fun when I visited. I'm not so keen on going to places where I'm required to use a car. That's why I was so pleasantly surprised by Ireland, because I ended up finding out, oh, actually I didn't need a car for most of the trip. And D, thank you so much for tuning in. Dean was tuning in earlier and commenting. Sorry I didn't read your comment, D, but D was so kind enough to drive me to show me a few places around in Ireland, and that was so cool of him. Could you do a film scene in Toronto? Maybe Toronto. Toronto seems to be one of the interesting cities in North America. Isn't it a rite of passage to say goodbye to New York by doing it live in Times Square? Says hold on. maybe. Love your worldview and just who you are, says Veska. Vesak. There we go. Vesak. I just became a Facebook supporter. You? Yeah. Vesak just became a Facebook supporter. Vesak just forced Facebook to give $20 extra. So thank you so much for your whopping $25 contribution, Vesak, on Facebook. Everyone, welcome Vesak as a new Facebook supporter. Thank you so much. Yeah, DK, Leanne, and Sandra, which also didn't feature her, but she was so nice to show me the cliffs of Belfast. So you saw those videos of the Ferry Fort and Porto Tomb. I was with Sandra, who's another urbanist, and then I also met up with Darren. And Darren showed me the Giant's Causeway and the Game of Thrones spots, which was so cool of him. The idea of Vancouver is nice, says Lucy. Yeah, Vancouver is one of the places. Robert just became a Facebook supporter. Everyone, welcome Robert to becoming a Facebook supporter, making Mark Zuckerberg empty out his wallet a little bit more. Making Mark Zuckerberg share the wealth. and supporting content that does not cause violent uprisings around the world, because that's not my intent, unless if I'm putting pineapple on pizza in Italy. That's the only type of violent uprising that I might inadvertently incur. But you know, Facebook really does prefer the type of content that causes civil war, strife in humanity, and insurrections and things like that. So it is nice that at least they're making some effort to support the content that causes people to feel a little bit more love and joy and excitement and fascination and curiosity. That's very nice of them. Thank you so much, Facebook. I miss all the civil turmoil. I appreciate that. Thank you. SPL says, I don't know about that. The protests of Milan. We'll never talk about that again. SPL. Except that protest of the pineapple on pizza. I still want to see a speed test between you and Walking Commuter. Stay tuned. I will get in contact with Walking Commuter to do. He will be part of the super team, the team that will bring all the New York City live streamers and vloggers together in an epic collaboration. Let's go for a 56-course meal, says Wendy. Yeah, that would be great. People are waving. That's kind of cool. I want to take one of those boats. Okay, that's one of the few last live videos I want to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know. Maybe, no promises, but let me know. Try to reach out to. Susie says, now all you need is someone special in your life to happily send you all the money. A sugar mama? Let's continue walking around. I envy your weather, says PK. It's great weather. Yeah, this is a very nice mild winter. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice chair. It's hot and humid today, and you can see it if we look at the Statue of Liberty in the distance. The screen is narrow. Yeah, PowerPoint. I'm going live vertical. Facebook has a better viewing experience for vertical. I don't do this often, but only in high-end restaurants, and when my gimbal Brakes. It's the only two reasons why I go live vertical on YT. Tina says, well, I'll support you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Walking Commuters and interesting in a sushi collab. Sushi? Interesting. Really? Is Walking Commuter a big fan of sushi? I never really featured it. Have I ever featured sushi? I don't think I have. Ever in my live videos. I do enjoy it though. That's interesting. That's a random collab. But I'm down. I'm down. Let him know to reach out to me. So wow, look how downtown Brooklyn is growing. SOL missed you. Who's SOL? Do remind me, Terry. Who's SOL? Is that the building that's going to be higher than the Empire State Building in Brooklyn? Ah, that's so cool. Look at that. No, please stick to Michelin star restaurant. No more fast food, Marina. Marina, no more Supermax. No more garlic cheesy fries at Supermax. Alright, my pilot got sick and tired of waiting, and he's just heading back to his home in Bay Ridge. Alright, goodbye, pilot. You're fired. Ain't nobody got time for a pilot who can't wait a measly hour in the air. Let's walk around through this park and see what's... MK says, thanks Ariel for navigating the obstacles to live stream. My pleasure. There's no difference between sushi and fishing bait. Oh, a coast out here as well. With no views. Ariel, will you be in New York City for the marathon? I don't think so. This feels... Let me know when it is. I don't think so. I think... Is that in November? Says, what's a crack? A crack is good. Send some of that summer heat over to Galway. Sure thing, Leanne. I gotta use my coats from what I bought in Ireland, so sending over the heat over to you in Galway. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. The crack is I would recommend not finding the crack here in New York City. It's very different. I tried yesterday talking to a cop and asked him, hey, where's the crack? And he threatened to arrest me. I don't know why. I thought he was going to be friendly, like the Garda in Ireland. Flying squirrel, hey, nice to see you here. Photoville's on. Where you can see all the photos. No chemtrails today? No, Maximus. Maximum. No chemtrails. The Illuminati took a drink. Don't ask for the crack in Ireland and Edinburgh either. Oh no, I can't. You'll be in big trouble. Okay. Good to know, Susie. There's no crack in Scotland. Okay. Susie says, I'm waiting for fall. Susie, based in Bushwick. Yeah, I feel you, Susie. Thomas says, don't say crack too loud. I hear Chernobyl is nice this time of year, says Lillian. Oh yes, that'll be such a fun live video. Going to Chernobyl. A beautiful day here. Yes, it's windy. Oh yes, it is windy. The sky is so pretty here in Tampa, Florida. Oh, so glad. Yeah, the sky is gorgeous today. Hey, Mustafa, greetings from Iraq. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Nice to see you here, Mustafa. Can't wait to one day go to Iraq. I hope it gets better. Just generally safer. So, I've heard so much great things about Baghdad and its history. And now, of course, with the recent political turmoil, but Baghdad is so rich in history. I hope to one day go. So let me walk against the sun so I won't get sunburned. 8 p.m. and it's pitch dark and rainy, says Kay. Oh no. Is it ice cream time again, says Susie? There is only 2 good ice cream shops here. There's Brooklyn Ice Cream Company and there's Ample Hill. There's Ample Hill. There's only 2 great ice cream shops nearby. Duane, it's a beautiful day for you too. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we've had amazing ice cream in Ireland. And we had amazing gelato 2 days ago. Do you guys want to see some good classic American ice cream? Let me. Okay, sorry about that. There was some reggaeton playing. But yes, we'll make that the final stop. So, yeah. Walk? Are you guys okay with walking about 10 minutes? Do you have got your cold brew? We'll walk over there. 10 minutes is bound to be open, and they're class. Now, no, bad service here. Okay, there's a dead zone area, so I gotta walk fast in this area. Wendy says, oh, don't go, stay for another 5 hours. Hey, Tavis says, I love you, man. Heading out to the pub. Please don't delete the video so I can watch later. Okay, I'll keep the video up for a few days and then I'll unlist it. So yes, you have a few days to watch the replay. 2 days. You have 2 days to watch the replay. Now I'm unlisting the video. So yeah, no gelato. We're going for American ice cream. I gotta walk fast through this area, so bear with me. It's gonna be a little bit shaky for about 5 minutes because it is very poor service here. There's another road down here. because I'm stuck inside once the snow flies. Ooh.
The water is not...
Where are you, Terry? Why is it so cold? I hope you visit. I'm so glad. I hope you. I think that's. I have to enlist because there's a war going on. No, I'm joking. I have to unlist because this is a sloppy video. This is a off the cuff video. It's not something that deserves to live forever on my page. This video is a moment, a unique, intimate moment between us. All of us, all 600 of us. We shared this moment together, and no one else will be able to share in this moment. So you can live with that deep in your heart. That's why I'm enlisted in 2 days. Just this video though, don't worry. All the other ones will still stay up. Tom says I object. Wendy says don't enlist it, please. I'll live on Facebook. Sfield says our host turned on the seatbelt sign again. There's gonna be some minor turbulence. Indeed, Sfield. Thank you. Thank you for letting everyone know. I like that sound effect when the seatbelt sign comes on. Can we all get a taste of your ice cream? Yes, I'm ordering ice cream for 600. How many people do we have in? Oh no, we don't have that many. We have about 300. This looks top quality. Somewhere there is an earthquake. Yeah. Flying Squirrel says, this reflects what New York City is all about. It's filled with surprises, and indeed it is. Uh-oh. There, a tone. Gotta go silent. Okay. The R&B is over.
Stay close.
So, Terry says, would love to invite you to my city, the Minneapolis. Like New York City, but it's a wee smaller. Are you based in Minneapolis, Terry, in Minnesota? Do let me know where you're based.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome from cold area that you're at. I'm shocked that it's already snowing in the Midwest. I hope my pilot. Three minutes. Am I back? Can you guys see me? I think you can. Let me know if you can still see me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Am I back? Lucy says I'm back. Go stroll into the cyclist section, says Susie. Says Gary, I mean. Yes. Yes. It's not marketed, so obviously I hope they decide to paint the bicycle lane into a yellow color or something like that. But yeah, bicycle lane is there, so do watch out. Wow, it's always a long line here, but we'll wait. Can I interest you in the bridge? Says Janice. You know, people have tried selling the Brooklyn Bridge before, so you wouldn't be the first, Janice. Alright, so now we're waiting online. And this is the Phil, yes, this is the neighborhood of Dumbo. This is the neighborhood of Dumbo. It's right by Mustafa. Kaiser Soze, yes, we are indeed waiting for ice cream. Show you some authentic American ice cream. Nice Saturday afternoon, says Anonymous Dude. Yeah, it is a nice Saturday afternoon. And Tom, nice to see you here. Helen, nice to see you here too. Welcome. And if you know you appreciate the views, I'm so glad you do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bear says if you can own any the Queensboro, I think it's the coolest bridge. MB, thank you so much for honestly, you like the shirt. I'm so glad you do. And Mustafa said Wendy says the ice cream is on you. Which Wendy? Susie, if you ask for Knickerbocker glory, would they know what you mean? Knickerbocker is a common term here in New York City, but I don't know what Knickerbocker glory is. And MB says no, thank you. Okay, you're welcome, MB. Suzanne, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for the stars. And Terry says, I love my city, but it's like Dickens said, it's a A Tale of Two Cities. Oh, okay. A few miles north from you. Yeah, Thigo, you're pretty close up the river. Yeah. Pretty close by ferry as well. And Love the Tram says Terry. They have not built a tram yet. There was all along this coast of Brooklyn. All right. Ignacio.
As well as the one, which is also chocolate that has chocolate brownies, hazelnut cookies, and white chocolate pieces. And there's also two other ones on that side. There is the Blueberry, which is going to have milk chocolate with marshmallow. Are you ready?
I am indeed. Yes. The small. How much? The small cup. One. No sleep till pumpkin. Any of these made with some type of fruit? Mojito, what is that? Oh, it's mint. Okay, never mind. What other ones do you recommend that's very savory then? Yeah. Similar, like, will combine well with the pumpkin. That's
Can I get a small peppermint? Yes, please. Hot, please. That's perfectly fine.
Thank you so much. Alright. Let me get a receipt, please. Alright, thank you so much. Tom says is a fantastic action. This is indeed content. I'm not eating this for pleasure. I gotta get to a place where I can. I'll take that seat.
This is it? There's a huge line.
Oh no. As I was approaching it, bear with me. I'm going to another place down there. Stephanie asked, do I ever take constructive criticism? No. Only from people I ask specifically. Sometimes I ask super urbanists for their feedback on rare occasions. Yeah, everyone's. I gotta find a place I can just like set this down without being in the middle of the street. So I was about to sit on the bench, and that woman just sat the bench exactly when I was about to go. I'm wearing my mask because I can't take it off. My hands are full. Constructive criticism. No, I do not take constructive criticism. I appreciate that people like the show and love the show and care about the show. And some people might really care about my career and my how I entertain. But for me personally, I don't listen to any constructive criticism. If you email me with constructive criticism, I usually won't read it. And I don't really read long comments giving some type of feedback. And the reason I don't do that is because for me, I am more concerned about giving you the best experience that feels right to me. And it's an art as much as it is a piece of fun entertainment. And I think art is always best when you're ruling from your heart rather than trying to please everyone. Okay. All right. Let's go. Beatrice says that that's why Action Kid has 100 times more viewers. Might be. There might be people who out there have way more viewers because they either engage a lot with people or they ask for feedback. There might be people out there who have huge audiences because they do that. But for me personally, that's not the type of thing I want to do. And sometimes this style of really caring more about the art and about what feels right within me internally ultimately can push art form much further than getting feedback. And just ask people like Ernest Hemingway or Steve Jobs. Of course, they are complicated figures in their personal lives, but in terms of the things that they put out into the world, they did it also with that type of mindset. All right, let me show you the ice cream. It's melting very quickly. So I got like the Munchies flavor, which is made with crushed M&Ms. And then the bottom flavor I'm very hyped up for, it's pumpkin, with actual pieces of pumpkin, not pumpkin spice. So let's try this out. All right. Oh wow. That's very good. It's a sugar bomb, that's for sure. This is getting very messy, so I apologize. It's Timeout Market. I've covered you before. I'll shout them out. Timeout Market, which is right over here. Timeout Market, thank you so much for being such a great food court. Try out Clinton Street Baking Company inside there. Jacob's Pickles is also really good. And hopefully that small shout out will suffice for me leaving a terrible mess on this table. That, yeah. Ooh. That pumpkin one is good. Oh my god. So the M&M's one, the Munchies one, it is really good. It's way better than M&M's infused flavor. M&M is a candy that's chocolate with a hard shell, and that is in all around American stores. You probably see it in some places around the world. And many ice cream shops in America do have M&M flavors, but usually they're a bit too sweet. But this one's very well balanced. The main sweetness is coming from the M&Ms rather than anything else. But the pumpkin one, oh my god, the pumpkin one actually has these huge chunks of pumpkin, which are really, really good. Really good. Really good. So it has chunks of pumpkin. They're so delicious when you bite into it. And then this is made out of a buttercream or butter cake type of deal. Having a gimbal makes things a lot easier because now I have to balance my phone on a water bottle, and there's so many people passing here that I gotta watch out. Your vids mainly, Veska says, I watch your vids mainly because of your intellectual discourse. They're intellectually stimulating. And you're not afraid to take authentic. I personally take criticisms only from wise people. That's right, Veska. I'm glad you enjoy my videos because of that. Sorry everyone, I gotta get my napkins. It's messy. Super messy. I wish they had a bigger cup so it wouldn't spill all over. There we go. Ice cream makes any day better. It really does. This is good ice cream. So Ample Hill is a company from Brooklyn. This is a super messy ice cream. So apologize for the awkwardness and the trying to bite into this ice cream without messing myself up too much. Okay, now there we go. Look at this. The pieces of pumpkin you can see right there. Really nice touch because pumpkin flavors usually have no pumpkin. It's a bunch of cinnamon and nutmeg, and that's basically it. Wow. This is giving me Murphy's vibes because they don't pound it too much with a lot of sugar. They don't put so much sugar onto it. So you do taste the ingredients. And the ice cream is also made with butter, this one, because it's made with a butter cake ice cream flavor. And it has all this wonderful flavor to it. It's really, really wonderful flavor. That buttery goodness to it. I think that's what made Murphy's really good. They probably use some butter as well in their ice cream. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But this one, unlike gelato, is using some butter, unlike most American ice cream. It's using some butter, and that makes it really good. Ooh. I usually don't eat ice cream. I don't like ice cream too much. But this is sure damn good. And also Ample Hill is one of those companies based in Brooklyn that has great quality ingredients. They don't skip out on their ingredients. Kay says you're eating it. You're not eating it, you're swallowing it. Oh, you're eating it and I'm swallowing it. Yeah, it's melting too quickly. Ariel, last night I saw your John Lennon NYC video. It was super good, says Catherine. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I'm so glad. That was a fun video to make. So I highly recommend Ample Hill, one of the better ice cream shops for classic American ice cream, done really well here in New York City. They're mostly based in Brooklyn. I'm not sure if they have a shop in Manhattan yet, but they have one in Williamsburg. They have one in Prospect Heights, close to Prospect Park, and they have one here at the Dumbo area. And Bear, great live video. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. MK says, yes, but he has to make a living. And people in the chat don't donate. We had a lot of people who contributed, yeah. MK, yeah, a lot of people have contributed, including yourself, so thank you so much. And Angie says, please, you didn't just compare yourself to Hemingway. Angie, as with all things in life, with any type of conversation, it's nuance. It's not a broad comparison with Hemingway. What I'm comparing is the specific aspect that Hemingway was a person who really did not read too much criticism. He didn't really ask for too much feedback. And there's many other great artists out there in the world who do the same. It might sound pompous, but I think more people need to do that, regardless of who you are, what you do. Whether maybe you're a gardener or some type of graphic designer or a athlete, as long as you are not being directly paid by some company that hires you as an employee, because of course as an employee you do have to take feedback, whatever the employee deems is proper for giving feedback. But if you're not working for an employee and you're doing something on your own, you yourself are the boss. You get to decide what you do. And yes, people are supporting the product or the entertainment or whatnot, but they are supporting the entertainment. They're contributing to the entertainment. They're not contributing to how I make the entertainment. That's on me. And that's why I think it is very important to follow your own heart first. But of course, everyone is different. Everyone does it differently. So I think that's why I do that. Alondra, hey! MK says, thanks for sharing. My pleasure, MK. Just an explanation, says Janice. Don't let the ice cream melt too much. It is really good ice cream. And it's actually tasting better as it's melted. I just left the entire mess. Catherine says, criticism sometimes feels like an opinionated exchange. It does, yes, it does. One thing I've noticed online, because today we're having a very frank conversation. So let me know if you want to continue the frank conversation a little bit more. I usually don't discuss these topics too in depth on urbanist unless if it's a philosophical chat. But today is a special day. It's a day where everything went wrong and yet it went right. That's the beauty of life. So if you want me to continue a little bit more, I'm happy to ask any questions about how I run Urbanist or how I act as a live streamer. So let me know if you want to have a little bit more conversation about that. Pat sent 200 stars. Thank you so much. How does the ice cream compare to Ireland? So this one has a lot more complexity of flavor, and it definitely uses a lot more sweet things into it. There's like, I think there's some type of brownie in here. The pumpkin, I think, is dried. So there's a lot more sweet elements here. But it's almost as good as Murphy's, I think. It's as good as Murphy's, but this one is more complex than Murphy's. I appreciate how Murphy's was kind of straightforward with its flavors. Wendy says, oh yes, I do. Jazzy Dave, Press on, compadre. Stephanie says, sorry, I'm not implying anything by my question. Hope I didn't open a can of worms. No worries, Stephanie. It's a great question. It's a great question because it's something I think a lot about. Online, and I'm not talking about anyone here specifically, but just in general, online, people tend to share their opinions a lot. I've encountered this a lot on TikTok. I get hundreds of comments, sometimes per day, of people saying how I should do my job. And some people say this with the pretense that they're helping me out. But I didn't ask for that help. And this is akin to seeing someone on the street and seeing how they're dressed. And maybe you work in the fashion industry and you know about dress, you know about style. But imagine stopping someone in the street and just randomly telling them, hey, wait a minute, I think you need to change your style of dress. Those pants look ugly, so I think you need to get better pants. And that shirt is making you look like a bag of apples or something like that. Something very terrible. And of course, I'm making content publicly, so in a way I'm consenting to criticism. But I think we need to start developing a more nuanced idea of criticism. That while yes, as an online content creator, you're putting your stuff out there, a lot of the criticism is in bad faith, meaning that the criticism is assuming that you are doing something wrong or stupid or bad, or you're doing it for wrong intentions. And that is not criticism that helps anyone. No matter how constructive it sounds, it's in bad faith. And you can make criticism in good faith, but damn, make sure you are doing it with the best intentions. Because if you're not anything less than the best intentions, or if you're not a professional critic, then it's not really that helpful to the viewer. To the person making the content online or publishing something online, maybe a book or some type of movie or something like that. It's not too helpful. But of course, it's always up to the person, to the creator, to choose whether they want to read that feedback or those comments as well. So yeah. Xander says that's the issue. You open the floodgates. So yeah, you as a creator get to choose, just like a person on the street could choose whether to listen to someone random on the street. You get to choose, especially if you're not being employed. But even if you're employed, you get to choose, because then you can choose to leave the company. You always have a choice. And don't let anyone invalidate your choice, saying, wait a minute, you can't do this. You have to listen to me. People who say you have to listen to me probably are not the best people to hang around with, I think. Hey, Tao says, what's up, Ariel? Long time no see. Your site is the most exciting live stream, in my opinion, says MK. You provide more than a sidewalk walk. You provide diversity, food reviews, and history, and world culture. I'm so glad, MK. Seabear says, you're right, Ariel. I learned in one of my writing courses that at a certain point, you as a creator have to go with what you think works and drown out the critics, right? One of the best stories I read, and one of the best videos I think I've done, especially in Mexico. Ariel, hey, Keith. Ariel, you are the master of your format. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate that. One of the best places I've explored was La Casa Azul of Frida Kahlo. And she ended up going to Diego Rivera because she really deeply appreciated him as an artist. She really looked up to him. And she went to him to get some feedback for her art. And Diego Rivera said to her, you shouldn't be asking me for feedback. And she's like, no, I really want to know what you think. And he retorted with saying, if I were to tell you what I think, it's not going to serve your art at all. And in the movie, they dramatized it, and he shared his opinion. He said, your art is very elementary. The art is very kind of simplistic. The art is lacking any type of technical speciality. But her art had heart. So he advised her, since she already asked for some feedback, to not seek feedback. Because anyone else who is a master artist would have told her the same thing. Her art is elementary. But as we know, Frida Kahlo is a master. Just not the master as they might have thought at that time, which is someone who can paint figures, human figures, very well, very proportioned. Or painting things with good dimensionality. She didn't do that. Her things were flat, and some later on she had more dimensionality, but they were flat in the beginning, and the figures looked a little bit abstract. She was not trained formally as an artist, at least not so as far as ahead as Diego Rivera was, but she ended up becoming one of the greats. And I think everyone has some greatness within them. So don't listen to the feedback. Just don't. I never found so much value in it unless if you ask for someone personally, which I've asked a few friends from it that I really deeply trust. And of course I asked a few super urbanists because I also trust some of their opinions deeply. But generally, do your thing and do it what feels right. As long as you're not harming anyone, physically or emotionally. Hey, Oscar Wilde. I love that quote, says Oscar Wilde, the critic has to educate the public. The artist has to educate the critic. Oh, I like that. I really like that quote. That's a nice quote. Lorraine says, your format is awesome. You keep it interesting, funny, engaging, and informative. It's unique and what attracted me to your channel. I'm so glad. I feel unfortunately there are people in life who don't have the best interests at heart. Yes, you always, that's right, Anonymous dude. Listen to your voice inside what says, do you and keep going. That's, there's a mosquito. Mosquitoes are popping up at this hour. That's right, Anonymous. People tend to, you have to always ask yourself, and of course this entire broadcast is unsolicited advice, but some of you did ask questions, so we're just chatting here as friends. But always ask yourself, what is in that person's best interest? Either when it comes to complimenting you or whether it comes to criticizing you. What's in their interest? And is it in their interest to not see what you're great at? Because that has happened to me before, where I met a producer, a television producer, and he really didn't care if I was good at telling stories about history. Because the producer really just cared about making a good show about real estate or about like American food. That's what they wanted to do. That's what he cared about. He didn't care any 2 cents about history or architecture or mysteries. He didn't care about that. So he didn't see the greatness within me because it wasn't in his prerogative to see that greatness. He preferred to see the greatness of someone that was good at real estate. And he was curious about me. But ultimately, he found out that, probably won't be the best guy to have for a real estate show. And that happens constantly in any type of career. People might not see what you're good at because it's just not in their best interest. They might They might be entertainer. I've met other entertainers, other people who also do videos similar to me, and they might. Oh, very good. It's the basketball guy. Getting attention. There might be. I met people out there, and I myself have met other people that are very similar to what I do, and I myself don't really see their greatness, and they don't see my greatness. And the reason I might not see someone else's greatness because they're making something very similar to me, and sometimes it's hard. It's hard because you see people as competition, or you see them they're very similar. You feel that, and you're not going to recognize the greatness. So it happens to me, happens to people with me, happens to everyone. But always ask yourself: is there some type of benefit for this person to not see my greatness in whatever I do? Maybe my greatness in being a good friend. Maybe my greatness in being a nice human being. Might be my greatness as a photographer. Greatness in whatever. It could be anything. We all have some type of innate goodness that we offer to the world. Maybe our warm personality. Maybe our sense of humor. Maybe our sense of loyalty, maybe our artistry. It could be anything. We all have some type of goodness within us, regardless of whether you think it's great, or whether you think it's masterful, or whether you think it's technically sophisticated. Regardless of that, there's always some type of goodness within us. And that goodness can either be seen or not seen, depending on what the person wants. And that's okay. It's okay if they don't see your goodness, your greatness in whatever aspect of your own life. It's okay if they don't see that. Because they have something in their own lives that seeing that greatness does not benefit them. Don't put it on them for that. But when you do meet those people who do see your greatness, you'll realize, oh, wait a minute. After all these other people I met who couldn't care less about what I do, I meet people who do. I was never wrong. They were never wrong. It's just they weren't seeing what other people eventually saw. People will eventually see what you're great at, because you'll just meet the right people. There's a very amazing comedian, Aziz Ansari, and he said in a book called Modern Romance, he said that don't try to make 90% of the people like you, because 10% of the people, 90% of the people are going to hate you, and then 10% of the people are going to love you. Don't try to make the 90%, because you'll spend too much energy. Just stick to that 10%. And if you think about it, if you're an entertainer like I am, or if you're a vlogger or a filmmaker or a writer, and your interest is in a big audience, 10% of the world, how much is that? 10% of the world. It's huge. It's huge. No one's going to really ask for a bigger audience than 10% of the world. Go for the 10. Dutch bike blogger, hey, nice to see you here. Susie says, Ariel, what can I say? You're a terrific, genuine, honest, lovely person. That's why we all like you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Susie. You as well. I always love your sense of humor and good vibes in the comments. Lorene says you are great too, all of us. Hey, and honestly, you as well. 1,000 people will have 1,000 different opinions of yourself. Honor yourself, says Inspired Life. That's right, Inspired Life. That's right. Pushing past boredom and creative blocks is when art becomes more interesting. At least that's what I'm learning as an artist. That's right, so that's why I'm sticking around for this live video. Yeah, artsy. I say pay it forward with creativity, says Inspire Life. And people just want attention. Their opinions are meaningless. I think for the majority, yeah, that's true, Nicolas. I agree with you. The guy with the basketball in his head is looking for attention again. See, this is the state of most online commenters. Everyone's just eating food and minding their own business. And there's always that one person who just wants all the attention. So they scream and do whatever is necessary to get any little bit of attention. And sometimes there is true artistry in the attention. And sometimes this is someone seeking attention. I think a true artist is someone who wouldn't be screaming. He'll be doing it. He'll be getting there, but I don't think he would be screaming if it were true artistry. But this is getting attention. Which is nothing bad. It's just, I always say it's a different thing. Lucy says, please never stop the philosophical chats. Great streams, knowledge and entertainment. I look forward to your Puerto Rico videos. Oh yeah, John. And there are vloggers, and then there are vloggers that sparkle. I would say you are the latter, says Sil. Oh, Sil, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So to encapsulate what you say, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, no, great question. The timeless question. But the egg came first. Ariel the philosopher. Theta, hey Theta. Thank you again for your super chat. Where are you planning to travel to next? I don't know. Gosh, he's loud. He is. Paint for us. Is he barking too? He is. Don't mind the human seal. Yeah. It's okay. That's so funny. Also, still New York. He is. Yeah. He's. Let me show you. Might as well. I don't think he's begging for money, so might as well. Okay. So I'm going to head over to the waterfront to end this video. It's a ball, says Tao. Indeed it is. It is indeed a ball. Let me throw this ice cream away. Rest now. Indeed it is. So I'll wrap up at the waterfront. Really had an amazing time chatting. So MK says, can you explain Facebook supporters? Facebook supporters is basically being a patron on Facebook instead of Patreon or instead of YT. On Facebook, go to Urbanist Live. That's the name of my Facebook page. Same U symbol as my YouTube. And then there's a big blue button right on the page that says become a supporter. You might not see it, I think, on iPhone. Let me know, any iPhone users that are Facebookers, do you see it on iPhone? It might not be on iPhone, but go to your desktop or your laptop and that become a supporter button, $5 per month. A bonus, so every new supporter they give me $20 for until December 31st, up to a total of $10,000. So I'm not sure what's 10,000 divided by 20, if anyone knows the math. I think it's like 500 supporters or something like that. So yeah, if I get up to like 500 supporters, they'll be giving up $10,000 until December 31st. And of course you can cancel next month. So if you basically just want to super chat for $25, but you're only spending $5, you can consider doing that. But again, up to you, whichever way you want to. And I make these live videos for free for a reason. And that reason is because just like any entertainment endeavor, like television, there's always people who are interested in sponsoring a show and still broadcasting it live to anyone who can own a television. In some countries like Britain, it's the BBC, it's the government. Some other countries, Ireland also as well. Here in the US, it's private funding for PBS or major commercial operations like NBC and ABC and CBS. And they get funded due to whatever else they make or whatever way they get funding, because they also sell merchandise. They might have theme parks, they might have record companies, they might have movie companies, etc., etc. They're making some money, and they still fund television to make it free for everyone. And it's because there's always interested parties in putting in the funds to make it happen. Sometimes they mostly do that so they can sell advertising. Sometimes in the case of like a BBC or a PBS, they do it because there's private funders that actually genuinely care about giving great content, or taxpayers in those cases sometimes. So same thing with this show. It's free because I know there's people out there in the world, and some brands as well, that I'm very picky about, but at times I do sponsor from a brand, and I get sponsored by the people who love this show and want to keep seeing it keep on growing and being provided for free to the world. So don't just thank me if you enjoy my show. I'm not the only one running this. It's also all the sponsors, which are the super urbanists and the mega urbanists. Those are the sponsors of this show. So give them a round of hearts for making this show a reality. Because otherwise, if they didn't do that, it wouldn't be so feasible to do live video. I would be forced to, work for some media company and be doing videos there, which I don't think would be as fun. I don't think it would be put my skills to the best. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Wendy asked, when will you be back live? Halloween, definitely. But no promises with scheduled content. I might make random lives, especially with food, because that still interests me, at least here in New York. But I do want to show you a new awesome place very, very soon. So stay tuned. And I'll fund you here, says Ifina. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. CBC. Oh, CBC is the Canada one. That's right there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. October podcast, and then Super Urban still get some bonus content of awesome places here in New York. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.